Joe is still with us. Opening line.
Second-round picks.
3 second-round picks.
Nothing major.
That was asking price was too high. Opening lines with the trade deadline, Joe.
Speaking of which, the Sixers made some noise today, landing Buddy Hield in a deal with Indiana that saw them say goodbye to Marcus Morris, Furkan Korkmaz, and what do you know? 3 second-round picks. The trade saw Philadelphia move, get this, from 14-1 to win the East to 17-1. What? It's because the Knicks got aggressive today and increased their odds.
All right, let's talk about the Knicks. Don't call me a homer, but they're making some money moves. Active and attractive at the trade deadline, bringing in Bojan Bogdanovic.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Didn't need your help there, Tyler. And Alec Burks from Detroit. Big thing here, they didn't have to give up any ones. They've got a plethora of them. And, oh, by the way, their odds go from 25-1 to 20-1 to win the champ.
Well. So the Western Conference, the Thunder acquiring veteran Gordon Hayward from the Hornets, who will bring a veteran presence to a young team with hopes of contending in the West. OKC plus 850 to come out of the West, 20-1 to win the title, though they are one of 4 teams that went into yesterday tied atop the conference in the loss column. Some more moves you see on your screen. The Nets acquiring Dennis Schroeder and Thad Young. The Mavs getting P.J. Washington as the Hornets were selling off. And the Bucks acquiring Patrick Beverley from those busy 76ers. We'll get back to the NBA in just a bit. Let's go back to the NBA to dig into the fallout of the trade deadline. More on the Super Bowl forthcoming. Joe, I want to start with you now. The Buddy Hield move that we were talking about with the Philadelphia 76ers. Do you think that's enough to, one, keep them afloat as they wait on Joel Embiid's return? And then if and when Embiid does return, does it make them a difference maker in the East?
All right, so let's start with the best case scenario. It does keep them afloat.
Okay.
I don't think it matters. And that's not a knock on Hield, and that's not a knock on the trade. I think you're trying to figure out a way where in 4 weeks when you reevaluate Joel Embiid, he has a reason to believe he should come back and you should make a run. After all, the Celtics have struggled in big series in the last few seasons. The Bucks have a defensive problem. The Knicks, are they ready for prime time? The Cavs got waxed out in the first round last year. The Heat are struggling. The Pacers have some defensive issues. Teams are vulnerable is the point I'm getting at. But the thing is, you need continuity. So you're going to bring Buddy Hield in, and then late in the season, Embiid's going to come back, and they're going to figure it all out come playoff time where they're notorious for folding in the second round. I don't see it. I think the competition's good enough where the Sixers, maybe Hield keeps them afloat, but I don't think they're worth a bet right now to win the East.
All right, I mean, I understand the logic of putting elite shooting around Embiid when he's healthy, but of course that's the major X factor here.
There's also this idea that when he's healthy and he comes back, he won't get hurt again.
Yeah.
He could always just get hurt again. Maxey could get hurt.
Right.
There's too much risk here. It's not worth the price.
Yeah, is he even 100% if and when he comes back? Right. Because that is a massive difference. All right, Anita, let's move to that Knickerbocker club in your backyard. They have been the talk of the NBA because they've been balling, and now these moves. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. Let me. New York is not the same, okay? I mean, when the Knicks, it doesn't matter about the Giants or the Jets, okay, the Yankees, but man, when the Knicks are winning, New York is a fun place to live. So I'm ecstatic with these money moves. Both players that they bring in add a scoring punch. They deepen the bench. They both have really good size. They can contribute on defense, especially against wing opponents. Role players, team first mentality. These are guys that Tibbs, head coach for the Knicks, really loves. It's just they check all the boxes here. On top of that, guys, let's just remember, this is a Knicks team. They're 16-3 since January 1st, okay? No Mitchell Robinson. Randall's been out. Julius Randall's been out because of a shoulder. OG's been out. Grimes now, he's gone. This is a team that all they do is win, no matter what, okay? Without their star players. Now you add this depth, watch out. This is a team that their championship odds went from 25-1 to 20-1 when they made these money moves today. I love this Knicks team. I love the way they play. They're one of the best teams defensively in the NBA. Now they add this depth along with help offensively to put up some more points with Jalen Brunson. Please. Watch out for this Knicks team, man. Watch out.
MPG, not miles per gallon, minutes per game. Thibodeau could run them into the ground. He shouldn't have had Brunson out there the other night. And when you get to the playoffs, how much gas are they going to have left in the tank? That would be the concern for me right now. That's always been the issue. The Knicks get to the playoffs, and they just fade late because they spent so much energy through 82 games. They got to manage that. If Tibbs isn't going to learn from that, what's the point of any of this?
So Tibbs should learn just like Kyle Shanahan.
There we go. And having extra bodies to rely on in your rotation is a way to
great call.
Lower the minute workload for some of those superstars. Knicks team is, I don't know if the value is still there based on what they've shown now when OG is back and Julius is back, but I think they can be a difference maker
20-1 isn't
in
bad.
the Eastern Conference. All right, big story today. The NBA trade deadline has come and gone, and no major all-stars have changed teams, but we've seen some key role players like Gordon Hayward and PJ Washington leaving Charlotte to go elsewhere into the Western Conference. Buddy Hield making the move to the Philadelphia 76ers, who are trying to tread water while Joel Embiid is on the sideline. Back with Joe and Anita. Joe, the Gordon Hayward move, going to a very good Thunder team, but a young Thunder team. Do anything for you?
Not really. I like Hayward. Veteran presence comes in. It's a really good team to begin with. They're top 5 in defensive efficiency. Playoff time, you need to be able to play defense. Last 25 NBA finals of the 50 teams that played in those finals, 40 of them ranked top 10 in defensive efficiency. So they've got that piece. And when it comes to Hayward, he's played 25 games this year, 50 last year, 48 the year before that, 44 the year before that, 52 the year before that. Health is a concern. So the veteran presence, it helps a little, but not enough to alter my position or pricing as to how I see the Thunder long-term here.
Well, yesterday the three of us were talking about, futures bets in regard to the West. And the one thing I said about OKC and why I was fading them is because of experience. But I'm with you, Joe. I don't think Hayward is enough where it takes me over the top. Gotta love what we've seen from the Clippers, right? With Harden, Kawhi, and George on the court.
Not last night. We swung and missed on that one nicely.
Okay. I know, Joe.
It's a we thing.
Ow. But they actually have been great. I like the Nuggets. I still like the Nuggets, right? Lock and reload. Get ready. And I love that they've been flying low on the radar. A lot of people don't talk about them. Because they're boring, possibly. I don't know. Don't like the style of basketball they play. I love it, but for me, I'm still with the Nuggets. I think they're unbeatable.
Well, Anita, the Nuggets play the Lakers tonight, and we'll get to that game in just a minute. But I want to try this one more time. The Lakers didn't do anything this year after being very busy last year. Now, those pieces are still on this team, like D'Angelo Russell. So do you think, given what we've seen from LA lately, they're primed for a run despite not making a move?
No, and I think it's really interesting because this has been a big hot topic today, especially on NBA Countdown, their special leading into, of course, the trade deadline. And typically, what have we seen teams do with LeBron James on them before? They acquiesce to LeBron James. Oh, whatever LeBron James wants. We've got to trade this player. We've got to get this player. We don't want him to leave. We've got to make LeBron James happy. You know what? The Lakers. Am I kidding? No. I'm being serious. What did the Lakers do? No. The Lakers are sticking to their course because they're not sure how long they have LeBron. They don't want to mortgage their future. When it's time for LeBron to leave, they still want to be active and attractive. They still want to be able to win and be relevant in the West. So I commend the Lakers for, not selling off the farm to make the king happy.
Think about what you're asking them to do between now and getting to the finals if you're going to play a price to win the conference or to win the NBA finals, right? You're going to ask them to get organized over the second half of the season here, win enough games to at least make the play-in. If you make the play-in, you got to deal with that. You don't make the play-in, fine, you make it to the playoffs, but you got 1, 2, 3 series you got to win. Against who? Young teams that want to run like Minnesota and OKC, that'll take a lot out of you. Or veteran savvy teams like Phoenix, who's coming on strong. The Clippers, who have played very well. The Denver Nuggets, your defending champions. We're talking about 3 series. And then you get to the finals, and then what? Boston? They'll be better down the stretch because LeBron will raise the game of everyone around him. But ultimately, when it comes to futures prices, yes, to make the playoffs was something I played last week, minus 110 before it jumped over the Knicks game. Other than that, there's nothing else.
I agree. I do like that's the most prudent bet. That I think they're going to be in the postseason where they have to go through the play-in or not, like they did a season ago. I think if you're a Laker fan, it's worth a flyer on winning the West. I don't know if they can win the title, but I think they could maybe, 2-3% outcome, get through the West if something happens with injuries. And of course, they stay healthy. That's a big caveat there. But only a Laker fan if you're emotionally invested in the team. Throw a little something on it if you like.
Fun.
Fun bet. That's what we call it.